Hey guys, Charlie here. Welcome to another video. And in today's video, I want to explain a little bit about the basics of services. So there's a lot of information on marketing on how to advertise and market products like physical products. But services are way more important for the economy, and in most cases in the fitness industry, what we sell are our services. So it seems more relevant for me to actually be talking about services. And even though they are a lot more important for most countries, especially the US, there's not as much information for services as there is for product. So the basics of services are the four I's of the of service marketing, which are the first one is intangibility, which basically is that services are not tangible. Like you can't your prospects or leads cannot touch your service physically and they cannot see it. They just can see maybe that's why social proof is so important, because people don't see your service, so they can evaluate the quality of it. But if you have testimonials and other people are saying that you give a good service and that you get people results, then you have the intangibility problem resolved. The second eye of the four eyes of the service marketing is inconsistency, which is very it's actually very um, logical, right? Because we as humans are not capable of being as consistent as a machine producing I don't know, books. We may have a bad day and our service that day may be less optimal, and that's completely normal. And that's a problem because maybe you can give a great service to me, but to another client you don't give us as a good service as you gave it to me. So obviously the inconsistency problem, um I can't there's no solution for it. Like, we are humans, just own it basically. And it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's okay to be inconsistent, I believe, as long as you have a good discipline and a standard of what you want to deliver to the people. And I would say that you should have an excellent standard. Like, you should always seek to give an excellent service. Sorry, but sometimes it's not possible. But whatever. Let's move on to the third I, which would be inseparability, which basically means that you can't you can separate the service from the service provider. So basically, people don't people the customers you're gonna have see you as the product itself. So if you are a fitness coach and you are giving fitness coaching, and you have some clients and you work with them, maybe online or in person, people are gonna see the service you give not as if not if they for example, if they see it's a good service, they're gonna say that you are good. They're not gonna say, oh, he gives a good service. They're gonna say you are a good trainer, right? So you are the representative of the service you give. So what this means is that usually you should focus on selling yourself, right? This is why I think social media is like such a big deal for fitness, because people sell themselves as fit, as I know this, as I give these results. And since the services have this inseparability aspect, um, then the people that are selling themselves get a lot more clients to their service, even if you are better than them, like in what knowledge is, or like you know more, you have more experience, or even if you actually give a better service. Like, it's hard to know, it's hard to compare, right? But because it's kind of subjective, but let's say that you give a better service, if that person sells himself or herself better than you, he's gonna get more clients, because because of this inseparability aspect of services. The fourth one is inventory, and basically, obviously, we have no inventory, right? Because we don't. We are just providing a service. Excuse me. But if you require equipment, for example, if you have a gym and you have like machines and everything, and there's no demand of people for the machines, then the cost of opportunity, which is the, or maybe that better a better way to say it is the time that the machines are not being used, is your inventory, is your cost. You're losing money if they're not being used because they cost you something and you're not recovering that money. Or even yourself, like if you have these services and if you provide a coaching and it took you this amount of money to achieve all that knowledge and maybe some equipment that you have, and there's no demand for you, then the time that you're not giving your service, that you're not providing, it's your inventory cost. It's basically what you're losing. You're losing money in that time, even if you are not losing inventory itself, because even if weights can eventually like get like lose quality, it takes a lot of time, right? So, and usually they don't lower so much the price. I think, like if they're in a good state and they have been taking good care, then they're probably gonna still be worth a lot of money. Obviously not as new, but um, yeah, guys. But this is the basics of services. I think it's important to understand these things because I think these are like the basics of giving services. And if you are thinking of giving an online service, it's important that you also know that people want authenticity over everything. So in regards of what services are, so obviously giving an online service is never gonna be as better. It's gonna be as good as giving an in-person service for the customer. Um, but actually, you can create a online business. It is possible, but you have to understand all these concepts and understand how to sell yourself, because if you're not selling yourself, even if you know everything and you are very good at it, if you don't communicate the right way, people are not gonna understand it. They're not gonna. You have to sell yourself as a brand. So if you don't do all these things, it's very hard that you actually get your business floating and running. So you do have to learn a lot of marketing things. They're not so complicated, but I mean, if you have never studied them or put them in, like, actually work on them, it's gonna hard. It's gonna be hard. But yeah, guys, these are the basic of services. This is how to have a better. This is how to. This is. I hope that this information was helpful for you. This is basically how to understand how to give a better service and what and basically what people think. I'm gonna be doing more videos about this topic because I think it's very juicy. But yeah, this is it for today, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Remember to follow me on YouTube for more content. Pura vida.